Hi everyone, and today we're looking at harmonizing a melody. So this is something that you should be able to complete in Sibelius. If not, print out the worksheet and then give it a shot for yourself. I'm going to run through an example so you can have a go at home for yourself. So your task is to harmonize each bar of a melody using the 1, 2, 4 and 5 chords and write an appropriate accompaniment using a vamping style. We need to make sure that we use a ready redner as well. So here is our wonderful melody. It's in the key of F major. We know this because we've got our B flat in our key signature and we finish and we start on F. Let's write out our ready redner, 8 notes to a scale. And we start on F and write your notes along the top. B flat, C, D, E and F. Now we need to build up our chords so that we know what chord tones we're looking out for in our melody. So we start on 1 with skip and skip, A and C. We start on 2, skip then skip. Same thing for the 4 chord and the 5 chord. Make sure you put your Roman numerals underneath. And they're the chords and the chord tones that we're going to be looking out for in our melody. So let's start by looking at our chord tones and what chord fits each bar. Now look at our first melody. In 4/4, our strong beats are our first beat and our third beat. And we have an F and an A in there. F and A fits comfortably inside of a 1 chord, and it makes sense because you've got the first beat of the first bar of your melody. Second bar, our strong beats are a B flat and a D. If we have a look, we've got a B flat and a D within our 2, minor 2 chord. We've also got a B flat and a D within a 4 chord. I would stick with a 4 chord because then you've got a B flat as the root. Your third bar, we've got an A and a C and an F. So we've got F, A and C fits a 1 chord. And lastly, we finish on G. We know that it's halfway through our melody and our phrase. It's 8 bars long. So we should be ending on a 5 chord here. G also fits within our 5 chord. Having a look at the second line. So we have here again F and an A on the strong beats, which matches a 1 chord. Strong beats, we have a B flat and a D. So it could be a 4 chord. We also have a G in here. So now you've got a couple of options. Looking back at our ready redner, you've got a D, a B flat and a G, so it could be a minor 2 chord. You've got a B flat and a D, so it could be a 4 chord. For a little bit of interest, so we're not repeating ourselves, I'm going to do a 2 chord. Our last melody has a C and a G in it, and it's our second last bar, so we're looking for a 5/1 cadence probably. And then we finish on the tonic. So there's our chord progression. Now, a vamping style uses a single bass note in the root and then your chord in the right hand of the piano, so the top voices. Our 1 chord, remember, is F, A, and C. So we're going to write that in there. We're going to put an F in our bass, and then we're going to go F, A, and C, like that. Now our 4 chord uses the notes B flat, D and F. So our B flat in the root position, and then our B flat, D and F. I'm going to make it a first inversion because that means that we just step down a little bit. Back down to 1 chord. So F, A and C. And then our 5 chord, which is C, E, and G, we have a C in the bass. And then a C there, a G, and an E. Again, a first inversion chord. This second line, we're going to complete on Sibelius. So now we're back at our computers, we're looking at Sibelius and how to write this in Sibelius. You should hopefully have your little scratch pad with your harmonization on it. When you're in Sibelius, if you just want to put a little note about what the chord is going to be, go into text, and then that little drop down menu, and then put your Roman numeral in. So for example, if I know that this bar 5 is going to be a 1 chord, I can just put a 1 in. If I know that this one is going to be a 2 chord, or a minor 2 chord, I'm going to pop that through as Roman numerals, and then a lowercase 2. And it gives you a little bit of an indication of what you need. So let's put our vamping in. We know that this is going to be a 1 chord, so again, we're going to do an F, and then an F, A, and a C on the second beat, and then an F, and then an F, and an A, and a C. We know that our 2 chord needs the notes G, B flat, and D, so our G in the bass, and then we have, again, B flat, G, and D. In this case, I'm going to make it a 2nd chord. What you could also do, if you were going to cheat it, is copy that bar, paste it in, and move it up a tone. Because you're going from 1 to 2, so you go from F to G. Lastly, we've got our 5 chord, so we're going to put 5 in as a first inversion. Now this doesn't line up properly, we want this on the 2nd beat. So rather than deleting it all, we can again cut and paste into there. Keep going with your 5 chord, E, put it in the wrong spot, so I use my arrow keys. And then we finish on F. There we go. That's our completed worksheet. What you would then do is just send that to me as an email. I can open it up on my side and check your work and give you some feedback. Have a listen to what it sounds like.